Okay, we're going to classify some quartz here. I don't have a big classifier, you know, all of the little bitty ones, 60s, 40s, 100s. I don't have that. What I got is a strainer, a kitchen strainer. So we're going to strain some of this bigger stuff and see how much littles we get. I bet there's going to be quite a little in here. I bet there's going to be quite a little bit. We'll take the bigger stuff and we'll probably go through one more classifier over there for the bigger stuff. But if it doesn't pass through that, then it's going back in the tube to get crushed a little more. But see, you got to have about the same size of stuff in the tube, otherwise the little stuff builds up, packs up, and then your big stuff doesn't get pounded on. So, and you can just about see right here the two different sizes in there. You can just about see it. And we got a little stuff right there. All right, let's see. Let's use this one classifier over here. Would be this one. Oh, man, would be this one right here. And we'll put the bigs through there. We'll classify that into my big pan. Like this. And we'll just see what comes out of her. Anything that's left, or anything that goes through, will probably go in with the littles. Anything that goes through will probably go with the littles. Anything that's bigger than that goes back out. Wow. Oh, shit. There we go. All right. Come on, get up there. So you see how some of that just stays in there. It's caught in the wire. It's just that big right there. So if it'll go through, we'll pan it with that. But we'll put the bigs back in here and they'll go back out into the tube. Come on, get out of there, you. Well, you are just a wonderful little individual, aren't you? All right, you can stay there then. You can stay there then. All right, these are all my littles right here. We're going to put them in a bag. Just like that. They go in the bag just like that. This stuff right here goes in a separate bag. And that stuff over there goes back in the tube. Oop, come back here, you. There you go, separate bag for that stuff. All right, we'll do her again. We got quite a little to go through. There it is. We got quite a little to go through, so most of this is going to be fines. most of this is going to be fine, sure. Knock down the bottles. And you notice this quartz gets everywhere. It just gets everywhere. Maybe I should sluice this fine stuff, I don't know. I pan it. I don't fucking sluice it, so pardon my French, but I'm French. And that's it right there. Fines will go in here. Getting quite a bit of fines. All right. Then we got to classify out this other stuff here. Okay. Now if it goes through, it goes through. When I rub it, if it don't, and it comes back in here, goes back out in the tube. Yeah, looks like this is all gonna go back out in the tube. Just like that. Come on, you. Alright. There we go, just like that. Alright, this stuff right here. You see how big that stuff is? See how big it is? That goes in the other bag. Right here. That'll get panned out separate or crushed separate. Oops, gotta go the other way there. Just like that. Alright. Let's do a little more. This stuff gets everywhere, I'm telling you. Quartz dust gets everywhere. Come on. Get on there. There we go. That's about it, then. Oh, where's my, there it is. Jeez. Almost forgotten. That would have been disastrous. Would have been disastrous. Let's see if I can get this all knocked down in the corner. Yeah, it would probably be better if I didn't use a pan with ridges on it, but hey, you know, whatever. Using what I got. I'm not gonna raid the old ladies' Tupperware stash just for this. Guess I go Dollar General and get my own, huh? Alright, here we go. Fines back in here. Alright, that's the fines. That's the fines so far. Not a bad bag. Not a bad bag. Alright, then we gotta pan out this other one here. And classify this one down. Yeah. Alright. Either going through or you're not. Oh. Yeah, where you at there? There you is. Alright, we're done with that one. Alright, this is going back in this bag. Alright, that's how many of the mids we got. And this right here, just that little bunch, not much, is going back in the crusher. So there you go, that's what we got. Alright, that's how I separate out my quartz. That's how I crush it, separate it, classify it. That's it. Alright, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.